So, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to welcome you for this fourth edition of GLOBALTECH Summit Lausanne. Today we will discuss about AI through different approaches, starting from Heidi's lands as a leader of innovation, progressing to disruptive use in bank industries, taking care about legal aspects, passing through the commodities and current challenges, and finishing with a promising approach on smart cities. To complete the upcoming presentations, you will also have the chance to discover startups, pitches, and engage some small talks also during the space you have just behind this room, located in the networking area you went just before. Before starting, I would like to thank you, our partners and speakers, of course, State of Vaud, Corner Card, SoCar Trading, Valdervis, Conisant, Aon, Trust Valley, Quick Start, Alpa ICT, IMD, and EPFL. This edition will be now led by Olga Miller. Olga is a global innovation and finance expert, recognized as one of the top 100 women in Switzerland, and founder of her own startup. You will discover that a little bit later. Well connected, Olga reached already over 1.2 million readers in Switzerland with her blogs. Wow, impressive. Olga also serves as a board member at Cherry Flair Foundation for Women. Let's now start with Olga. Please welcome on stage.
Wow. What an introduction. Hello, everybody. Actually, simple terms, I'm just Olga, and I love to speak about money and finance. So you can find me in the break. For this afternoon, I have the pleasure to be your moderator, and that comes with a very tough job, which means keeping the time. Okay, so that will probably make me also the most annoying person on the stage. But as we are all here, let's watch a short movie that is about a topic that I think brings all of us together in this room and close to our heart, which is innovation.
Innovation takes time.
It's challenging.
Frustrating. But often a thing of beauty. Innovation. We understand it takes ideas, dedication, vision.
Above all, it takes people, entrepreneurs who love to innovate.
Startups that love to make change. And companies who are not scared of taking risks or wonder what could be. Fostering innovation requires the right environment to flourish.
Vaud is one of Europe's leading innovation hubs with a vast number of growing industries. It's where Swiss quality of life, stability, diversity of skilled labor, talent, and academic research are all linked together to grow ideas
and innovate. Our ecosystem is rich with diversity, setting up endless possibilities between many different sectors. health tech and life sciences,
food tech and nutrition, digital trust and cybersecurity,
aerospace and precision engineering,
AI and machine learning,
sport tech,
drones and robotics.
energy and environment technology, all converging to harness each other's high-tech strengths.
We act as a bridge between startups, corporates, investors, and entrepreneurs. We understand innovation takes connections, support, and financial incentives.
That it takes collaboration, talent, and the most advanced technologies to push ideas forward and bring them to market. That's why we promote, invest, connect, and grow innovation. VO.
All right. So I hope you feel inspired, and who better to hold the opening remarks than Raphaël Conz, Managing Director of the Office of Economic Affairs and Innovation of what? The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Olga. It's a great pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear entrepreneurs, dear investors, dear members of this innovation ecosystem, it's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to be partner of this Global Tech Summit, which is taking place every year. So hopefully you will have some, I would say, inspiring information, but for some of them, for a few of them, you already had the opportunity to hear about the Canton of Vaud innovation ecosystem. We always take this opportunity to, I would say, give these introductional words in order to say it's a question of, I would say, collective work. An ecosystem is always composed by 5 pillars, by 5 stakeholders: the academics, the entrepreneurs, the corporates, investors, and the facilitators, like the governmental bodies. So it's very important, and this type of event helps to really connect all these actors, all these stakeholders, and this is also why we support this type of event. So going to the different pillars of the innovation ecosystem of Canton of Vaud, first I would just give you some, I would say, data, some figures. 80,000 is the number of professors, students, researchers that are based in Canton of Vaud, involved in academic and or research institutions. We have roughly 20 academic institutions at university level, also including research organizations such as the CHUV, our university hospital, but also very world-renowned organizations such as the IMD that also provide talents in the business sector. I won't go in many details, just to say that the convergence of this global scientific expertise here in Canton of Vaud provide a pool of talents for corporate, for startups. It provides expertise at worldwide level, and also the opportunity to create new startups, to develop the pipeline of startups. So in Canton of Vaud, there are more than 550 startups. This number is changing nearly every year, because we have roughly between 50 to 70 new startups created in the field of technology every year in Canton of Vaud. This number is growing, as I mentioned. We are also performing in the different ranking at national and worldwide level. And most important, Innovo, our innovation promotion agency, has created a platform called Scale Up. 10% of the total startups that are created become a scale-up. These companies that are really fast-growing, they are creating on a 3-year basis more than 20% of new jobs every year. So this is a calculation made by Innovo to be part of this community of Scale Up Vaud. So you have to have for a period of at least 3 years, a growth of 20% of the jobs on an annual basis. And this is also why with this 51 scale-up companies, we can, I would say, diversify our economy and create new jobs opportunities for our economy. Just to say that in Canton of Vaud, if you want to have, I would say, the list and to discover all these startups, you see probably this number, 565 startups. They are all referenced in this database, startup.ch/Vaud. So please have a look on this platform if you want to discover by sectors the different startups. I mentioned the Scale-Up Vaud platform, 8,400 jobs created for the last 10 years by 50 companies. As I mentioned, they are the ones to drive our economy now to make sure that we can also create new jobs in new emerging sectors. These companies are on this slide, so there is also a large diversification in terms of sectors. It goes from AI to agri-tech, food tech, as well as oncology, medtech. So I don't want to go in details. You probably know some of this company, but this is also this diversification and this convergence and this transdisciplinarity of our academic research institution that allow us to have this very diversified ecosystem of startup and scale-up. 3.5 billion is the level of funding in our startups, in the Vaud-based startups for the last 10 years. From 2013 to 2022, 3.5 billion has been invested in Vaud-based startups. At the national level, you see last year it was a 4 billion investment only in 1 year for the total of Switzerland. This is an exponential growth, but still, this year it's tough. You know that better than me, the financial markets are not in a good shape, and the venture capital industry is not really also in the best shape, I would say. But still, companies are, I would say, fundraising. We have in Canton of Vaud, I would say, a continuous growth in the capital invested in startups, but there is, I would say, still a tough time right now. But let's be positive for the future. 2,000 is the numbers of high-tech companies based in Canton of Vaud, startup, SMEs, corporates. We have also very well-known corporates involved in our ecosystem. We have acceleration program. Most of these, I would say, corporate are involved in one of the, I would say, innovation, open innovation acceleration program we are performing in Canton of Vaud. In the field of food, it's mainly through the Mass Challenge acceleration program. In ICT Digital, we have in the field of cybersecurity a program called Tech for Trust, to also connect startups with corporates, and we can also be very thankful of this corporate to be involved in the ecosystem. 20 million is the level of support Canton of Vaud is providing every year for or to the benefit of the startups. We have mainly 3 driving engines. One is the Innovo, our innovation and investment promotion agency, which supports 400 companies by really, it's a one-stop shop for the company to address all the offer in the ecosystem to connect the startups and the investor corporates with each other in the ecosystem. Our Office for Economic Affairs is providing grants, supports, financial supports to startup companies, 6 million every year to roughly 300 companies, SME startups. And we also have a foundation called the FIT Foundation, Fondation pour l'Innovation Technologique, that provide also support to 50 companies every year, 6 million of budget. So in total, it's, as I mentioned, 12 million that are direct supports, and we are also supporting different initiatives, the Trust Valley Cluster Innovation Park, in addition to reach this 20 million in total every year that we put in our ecosystem. And by, or I would say among the different stakeholders of the ecosystem innovation supporting the Canton of Vaud, we have this technology parks, 8 in Canton of Vaud. Some are specialized, like Swiss Aeropole in aeronautics, aerospace, Agropole in agri-tech, food tech, Biopole in life science. We have the most recent one, Unlimit Trust, supported by SIGPA, one of the corporates in our region. This campus is dedicated to digital trust, cybersecurity. The PFL Innovation Park with 14 buildings and 2,000 jobs, and also Y Park, which is a more industrial park in Yverdon, and one last innovation park called Technopole de Sainte-Croix, dedicated to additive manufacturing and 3D printing in Sainte-Croix in the north of the canton. 40 is the number of events and acceleration program, this innovation program to connect corporate startups and investors that we are supporting, such as also the GLOBALTECH Summit today. So we are also very proud to have the opportunity to connect roughly 100 startups every year, thanks to this program that we are supporting. So if you need information, please come to us. We are there to answer any questions. So I would like to mention that I'm here with my colleagues, Emilien, Nicolas. They are just there, so please come to us. I also can imagine that representatives from Innovo are there among us. We are there to answer any question and to connect you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this dynamic presentation, Raphaël. I certainly have a lot of questions, but as said, I was asked to keep strict on this timer here. So without further ado, I will move us along to our next speaker, Alexandre, Edelmann. Are you here? We haven't even met before. Hello and welcome. Very warm welcome. So you will continue this electric mix to tell us a little bit more around how we moved from being a Heidi state to a state of high innovation and innovation centers? Is that it?
I do my best.
You do your best? Yeah. Very much looking forward to it.
You.
Here is your clicker.
Good afternoon. I'm not like Olga. I do love to speak about Switzerland. And I'm paid for that. Well, have a nice afternoon. Now, it's a bit challenging to... I see so many tech and so many figures and how much venture capital and so, and we usually forget something about Switzerland and why innovation is so strong in Switzerland. Life quality is good. Today, a little bit less. I must say, walking here from train station, I couldn't really enjoy the lake. But spoiler alert, if I had the same job in London, I would have to take the metro to travel 2 hours, standing up in the metro, and then I would be expected to be inspired by arriving to the office. I work in Bern, and I live here. Every morning, I go with the train through the Lavaux, and this is a little bit more inspiring. I love London. I'm not bashing anything about London, but this is something very important about Switzerland. I think because we made an exercise, we're currently having a campaign in Texas promoting Switzerland and how innovative we are. And the company we're working with there made a comparison of all the countries explaining we were the best countries in the world for innovation. Ireland, Netherlands, Switzerland, UK, whatever. If you take the key messaging for all the countries, you don't know which country is talking. We're all trying to convince everybody that we're so innovative and so great. Of course, for Switzerland, it's true. But independently, it's also, you have talents everywhere in the world. So one of the challenges we have, as mostly all of you are facing, is how do you attract and keep talents in a country? And I think on that particular element, Switzerland has some assets. So I'm running the Swiss official agency for the communication abroad, belonging to the Federal Affairs, so Department of Federal Affairs. And it's a bit because usually this is how people are seeing us worldwide. We conduct surveys in more than 18 countries at the moment, asking people, what do you think about Switzerland? Because if we want to influence the perception of the country, we need to understand first how we are perceived. Usually Swiss people, especially the ones sitting in the room, are saying, oh, we are so much more than that. Swiss people are tired of cheese, chocolate, mountain, and so on. But basically, this is a key asset of Switzerland, because being known for nice landscapes, mountain, chocolate, beautiful country, and so on, is a chance. Again, as I mentioned, if we were in London or in many other countries, even Boston, leading so headquarters for life science. I don't know if you've been spending time there. You might consider life quality or work-life balance while using the public transportation there. So everything you have here is not as trendy as any startup would like, also would wish about Switzerland, but all of that explained on top of everything that has been explained by Raphaël earlier, why we are the most innovative country in the world. And this is facts, but again, it's pretty a good company we're here, but we have been heading that ranking for the last 12 or 13 years. Rankings are good when you're leading them. If you're not leading, you explain why the ranking is wrong. This is basically what all of us do. When you present the results on every year, you try to explain why you're so good. But the good thing is, it hasn't been made by present Switzerland. It has been made by WPO, and it's based on the numbers of patents per capita comparing within the countries. So for us, being there for 12 years, 13 years, and gone, we also have to say, pharmaceutical industry, life science is playing a major role in it, because many patents are life science-based, but not only. It says nothing, but it says everything. It's better to be on top than to be out of the ranking. But it explained that thanks to the quality of life we have, inspiration has been consistently supporting innovation in Switzerland. We're also the best country in the world. I choose that ranking because this is the one we're heading, but when you see all the rankings, usually you have Scandinavia, you have Switzerland, Luxembourg might be part of that, but the country is usually considered as the best country in the world from an economical perspective. It's a short list of usual suspects. What is interesting there is that they do the exact same analysis as what I've been presenting you. To illustrate Swiss innovation capacity, they show people walking on the mountains. You can find pictures of laboratories in any country, but the chances for scientists, researchers, startups during the lunch break to go up in the mountain to get some fresh air and to go back to the labs more inspired, it's something very unique in Switzerland. I do the same about fondue, but it was for another presentation. But I think also being happy and being smiling is something key. I'm sorry, I'm from Lausanne, but I wanted to show you another city of Switzerland, slightly smaller, Zurich. I'm perfectly objective about it. But this is unique when you explain to people that 10 minutes away from that river where people are swimming in, you have the headquarters of Google in Europe, second largest headquarters, 5,000 employees in Zurich. You are 5 minutes away literally from ETH, which is the Continental Europe best university, right after the Brits. By the way, the university that has been with EPFL, generating the most VCs, so the biggest investment in startups in Europe, not only per capita, but in average. And the fact that you can go swimming in the river, if you haven't been doing that in La Limat, I suggest you do. You have the same one in Bern, and you can swim in the lake as well. But having that, again, it sounds a bit naive, but the difference is, if Google has chosen Zurich, the easiest answer is taxes. We can address the elephant in the room, but basically if you compare Switzerland with many other countries in Europe, the tax level is much higher. If you want to save money, go to Ireland. I mean, basically what they do about taxes is lower. So it means it might be a little bit more complex than taxes, and again, that quality of life. For Google, they got one of the best universities in Europe providing talents. The talents want to stay because it's a swim in a river and then going to the office. And the mix of both of it, plus being centrally, being able to escape from Switzerland really quickly. That's also when I explain why I love Switzerland, it's because you can travel away very quickly. And if you go to Zurich airport, it seems to be details, but for the one traveling a lot, being able to land in Zurich and to be downtown Zurich 15 minutes later might be an asset when you know that landing to Heathrow takes you 1.5 hours, if you're lucky, to go back to downtown. So all these factors explain a bit why Heidi is not to be hidden, but Heidi has to be celebrated as an icon of innovation in Switzerland. And then if you want to do things, because I think behind landscape we need something, we got a website, one more, called Swiss.tech, and this showcases you behind Heidi, everything that's done properly by Swiss startups worldwide. I think I respected the timing without being shut down by you, no? It's good?
Absolutely fantastic. I'm
Thank you very much.
At the start, you know.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. And for that matter, proudly from Zurich. Okay, now I said it, okay? But I'm very happy to be here in Lausanne. So is your recommendation that startups should include cheese and pictures of mountains in their pitches?
Everyone should include joy in his life, and chances to be more productive. So to me, it's cheese, and for my son as well, but for someone else, to me, different. But finding reasons to be hopeful and joyful is not bad for business and for innovation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this very different and enlightening perspective of Switzerland. And shouldn't we all feel proud for living in such a great country and devote our efforts so it stays that way and, makes the #1 next year on the lists as well.